What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. And this is my rambling series. This is my vlogging series in which I just talk about life, the universe, things that are particularly interesting to me. It's a very self-indulgent video in which I just pretty much talk about stuff from a friend to a friend. And I hope that you are that friend watching this on your phone or your tablet or your nice big television. Thank you for tuning in and talking to me. I'm going to do something very different for this episode. I'm going to talk about a lot of different stuff. I want to talk about my podcast that I've been filming. I want to talk a little bit about my mental and physical health. I want to talk a little bit about the holidays, talk a little bit about Black Friday and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoy those topics. Before we get started, I am actually going to give a shout out to one of my channel sponsors. And the reason I'm doing this is because a lot of people have asked me, why did I swap headphones? Why am I using different headphones in my videos? If you guys don't know this, I am a creature of habit. I use the exact same headphones on YouTube for 7.5 years and finally decided to upgrade. And I upgraded because these sponsors sent me these headphones. These are from the folks at Massdrop. They're the Sennheisers. I'm going to put a link in the description box below. If you want to learn more about those headphones, you can click on that link and check it out. Or stick around to the end of the video and I'll talk about it quite a bit more, why I chose to do that for this video. But let's get right into the meat and potatoes of this. The holidays. Well, we've now gone through October, we've gone through Halloween, and we've gone through Thanksgiving, and I did not lose any weight during those holidays, nor did I gain any weight during those holidays. I'm sitting very healthily, very happily at 350 pounds, which is still 100 pounds heavier than I want to be, but I'm pretty comfortable. If I go through the holidays at 350 pounds, I think I'm okay with that. I still have a lot of weight left to lose. So I'll probably join you guys in the gym in January and push just as hard as you guys and see what happens. But as it is right now, I think I won't put any weight on during Christmas either. I think I'm going to set it right at about 350 pounds. Looks like my diet and exercise regimen has me setting in right about 350 pounds, which means a lot of changes need to be made. But they're probably not getting made during the holidays when everybody's bringing over snacks and foods, and there's millions of delicious things to eat. Now, if you've ever struggled with any mental health issues, anxiety, depression, that kind of thing, you probably hate the holidays. Or, you know, if you don't have a family or something like that, you're probably one of those people that hate the holidays. I have to say that every holidays season that I've ever been through has been challenging for me. This has been the least challenging of the holiday seasons so far. I really am surprised by that. You know, it's been 1 year since I separated from my ex-wife, and I thought this Thanksgiving was going to be very, very tough. We still have Christmas to go, and Christmas is always the hardest one for me, I feel like. But Halloween was fantastic. I just had an amazing Halloween. It was so much fun sharing with my family and friends. It was so much fun sharing with you. Thanksgiving. On Thanksgiving Day, I went to the movies with friends. I went and hung out and saw Ralph Wrecks the Internet or Breaks the Internet or whatever they called it. They should have called it Wrecks the Internet. Shouldn't they have? Anyway, it was an okay movie, and spent a little bit more time with friends. And then on Friday, I filmed my podcast episode 2, which went up on the channel almost immediately afterwards, and we live streamed that as well. Then on Saturday, I had Friendsgiving, and I had like 25 people in my home eating and just relaxing. You know, I didn't take a single picture. I didn't film a single second of video. And I think maybe I took like 2 pictures and put them on social media. But I didn't do what I would normally do, which is film everything, photograph everything. I just was in the moment. I just enjoyed the moment. And it felt really, really good to not involve the internet in that part of my life as much as I normally would, and just kind of relax and just kind of enjoy my friends and enjoy being out of it. And so I'm hoping Christmas will be similar. Now, there's still been plenty of negative thoughts and negative issues and negative patterns that my brain has gone through. And of course, my brain is like, eat. But obviously, I can't anymore because of that gastric bypass surgery. I'm at a point where I can eat 3/4 of a plate of food and then I'm done. So there's really only so much eating I can do. There's only so much damage I can do. I can always make an ass out of myself on Twitter, which I've been doing pretty regularly. But we'll talk about that a little bit too, I think, in this video. But the podcast, so let's talk a little bit about that. Some of you are going to say, Boogie, what podcast? And that is because the folks over at YouTube don't seem to be pushing that very much on my channel. When I upload it, we're getting 30, 40,000 views, which is incredible. Incredible for a fledgling podcast that's just starting out, when it's just 3 guys just sitting around without a guest talking about video games. I'm amazed that we're getting 30, 40, 50,000 views per episode, and we've uploaded now 2 episodes. I'll link to those if you want. You'll find them here on the channel if you want. Eventually, they will make it to SoundCloud. Eventually, they will make it to iTunes. Maybe they'll make it to Spotify. We still haven't even titled the dang thing. But if you have had a chance to listen to those, let me know what you think. If you haven't had a chance to listen to them, I hope that you consider doing it. It just looks like YouTube is not even offering the thumbnail very frequently. I now have like impressions data, and it's saying, I think because I'm using the term podcast, it doesn't think people on this channel are interested in a podcast on this channel. So it's just barely giving it a third or a quarter of the impressions that it would normally give a video that I upload. It's fine. It'll either work itself out or it won't. The plan currently with this podcast is to create its own channel, to create its own Twitch channel. Once we have a name, create its own bank account, its own business account, the whole 9 yards, split the revenue with my friends. So for those of you who are watching that podcast, thank you so much. Once again, the reason I've decided to do that is to focus on helping job creation, to help my friends make a little bit of money and get them into this. So if you like my friends, supporting that podcast is a great way to do it. It's also keeping me busy throughout the season. We still have like no sponsors or anything for the podcast. Eventually we will get to that point, and when we do, I'm excited to do it. But it's kind of nice just doing it for fun right now. It's kind of nice just to have a new project to worry about. So another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, and I know hate on the internet is really weird right now. People despise it when you talk about mental health now. People despise it when you talk about, specifically when I do, but it seems like everybody in general. You know, I've seen a lot of YouTubers like come out as they don't believe that depression exists. They don't believe that anxiety exists. They don't believe that a person can have that. And they don't believe all of this crazy stuff. So I always am a little hesitant to bring those topics up anymore because the criticism is so unfair and wild and bizarre. But the reality of it is, it's always been a part of my life. If you followed my channel for the last 7 years, you'll know that it's something I've talked about since the beginning of time. It's something I'll talk about till the end of time. And I think the time I let these angry, bitter people who don't understand mental health dissuade me from talking about something I want to talk about, more importantly, that I need to talk about, is a day I don't deserve this channel anymore. So I think I'm going to go ahead and continue to talk about it. As you guys know, I started therapy again, and my therapist has been actually really, really useful. One of the things we've talked about, and I think it's helped a lot during this holiday season, I think one of the things we've talked about is learning to not pay as much attention to the negativity. And I'll tell you what's been surprising about that is he brought up a really interesting point. It's like, look, if I had 4.5 million patients, how many of those patients would think I was not a good person? You know, how many of those patients would not have been a good fit? How many mistakes would I have made during therapy? And I'm like, yeah, I guess that makes a lot of sense, right? And it's like, well, you got 4.5 million followers. You know, a lot of those people are going to be rubbed the wrong way. A lot of those people are not going to be interested in the thing that you say. And you have to learn to not focus on those people. And I'm like, so I should focus on the people who love the thing. And they're like, nope. Sometimes those are the people that are the most passionate, and they can also be the quickest to turn against you. So you should probably focus on the people who don't say anything, who just watch your content and enjoy you. And I thought a lot about that. Those of you who have to say positive things to say, I read that positive stuff and it helps a lot. I also read the negative stuff and it hurts a lot. I think moving forward, I'm just going to focus on my own opinion, my own feelings, my own thoughts. And I think from time to time, I will see something negative, and I'll try to use that as constructive criticism. I think from time to time, I'll see something positive, and I'm going to use that to help build me up. But for the most part, I think I'm just going to do what I want. I think I'm just going to say what I want. I think I'm just going to do what I want. And I'm not really going to give much consideration to public consumption. I'm not going to give much consideration to whether people are going to like it or not. If doing a podcast feels good, I'll do it. And if people watch it, that's great. If creating a rambling video feels good, I'm going to make it. And if people watch it, that's great. If people hate it, that's also great. They're still watching. They're still contributing to the YouTube algorithm. They're still dropping a comment and saying something hateful. They're still dropping a dislike, which counts as an interaction. It still helps. So even if I create content that these people despise, relevancy is relevancy. I was talking to Keemstar the other day, who I do talk to on a personal level every once in a while. And I'm like, I worry about this. I worry about that. I worry about this. Like, what if some YouTuber makes some big hit piece video on me? He's like, Boogie, that could be one of the nicest things that could ever happen to you. I'm like, why? He goes, because you could use the relevancy again. And that's kind of sad, but it's kind of true. He's like, if I were you, I'd be more controversial. I would be more polarizing. I would do crazier stuff. Well, I don't know. I don't know necessarily that is the right direction for my mental health. I don't know that's the right direction for my personal choice, but I see where he's coming from. Here's what I want to do. I want to create fun, goofy videos that make me feel good, that make you feel good. And sometimes I want to talk about an important topic, about coexisting, about getting along, about learning to love each other, about learning to love your neighbor, about learning to care. And occasionally I want to defend this video game industry of ours, our video game hobby of ours, defend developers and defend players alike. Sometimes I'm going to do that too. And sometimes I'm going to make a video like this that's self-indulgent and talk about myself and talk about my mental health. And people can criticize it as much as they want. And sure, I'll make mistakes because I'm certainly not a perfect person. I'm pretty far from perfect. But I do enjoy making this kind of content, and you guys seem to enjoy watching it. And I'm done listening to the people who don't. Sorry. Sorry, I know that's one of the most offensive things you can say to those people because they want to be important. They want to be relevant. They want to exist in your brain. Sorry for those guys. So I think this is pretty much going to wrap it up. I got to tell you this. For those of you who do continue to support me, I will continue to listen as often as I can healthfully do so. And for those of you who choose to watch silently and never leave a comment and never leave a like and never involve yourself, you just watch and you're just a number in that little bar that says, 108, 109. It's the only feedback I get from you. I want to let you know I'm going to focus on that feedback because that feedback is super important because it's the one that pays the bills. All right. So let me talk to you a little bit about these headphones and then we'll be done. But for those of you who don't want to hear about it, guys, thanks for watching. I love you very much and I'll speak with you again soon. Now stick around because watching this ad will help me out a lot. So these headphones got sent to me by one of the new sponsors of the channel, the folks over at Massdrop. And there's a link here down below, and there's also a link in the description box below if you want to check out these headphones. These are the new Sennheisers, I think the HD58X. And oh boy, let me tell you something. As soon as I tried these on, I knew these are going to be my new headphones. And it wasn't just because I like the way they look on camera or the way they look on my head. I think they look fantastic. But it was also because of the sound quality. The sound quality is insane. Let's just be honest. A lot of us buy cheap headphones. A lot of us buy cheap earbuds because we're cheap. But if you're willing to invest a little bit of money in a high quality set of headphones, you will realize exactly what you're missing. You're not listening to the video games. You're not listening to the music. You're not listening to sound the way it was meant to sound. When you put on high quality headphones, you'll finally realize what you're missing. And trust me, you will never want to go back. I certainly do not want to go back. But the reason a lot of us buy the inexpensive headphones is because we can't afford $300 or $400 for headphones. And I understand that. That's why I went with this particular sponsor. If you follow the link in the description box below or you follow the link here on the screen, you will be very surprised that you can get the highest quality sound for a low-end entry-level price. And I think you'll be very surprised by that price. So follow that link. The best part is you don't have to take my word for it. If you Google these headphones, if you search for reviews, you will find that for the price point, these are some of the highest reviewed headphones that you can possibly get. So you don't have to take my word for it. Trust me. Everyone says the same thing. For the price point, these are some of the best headphones you can get. Plus, they look pretty cool too. And that's it. That's the entire ad. As usual, man, let me say thank you for sitting through the advertisement, and thank you for clicking on that link, and thanks for supporting my sponsors. Again, I only ever advertise stuff that I believe in. I only advertise products that I'm willing to use, and I knew it was going to be a big deal when I swapped over to my headphones. I swapped out my headphones, and I'm glad that you guys have bared with me through it, and I'm really glad the folks over at Massdrop continue to support the channel, and I hope they continue to do. If enough of you check out that link, they will. Guys, as always, let me say thank you for sticking with me. Thanks for sitting through the ads. Thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for clicking like. Thanks for hitting subscribe. Thanks for supporting me in the way that you have. And for those of you who stuck through with me for this last year when I make so many stupid mistakes, and there's so many people out there who just seem like they're so mad and so angry, and those of you chosen to stick with me, it means the world to me. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. I love you very much. I'll speak with you again soon.